Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. Today is Monday, and that means I have my no-fail weekly plan for you in today's video. We also have another new promo code for all players, so you're going to want to check that out. I hope you're ready for it. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder that tomorrow is Takeover Tuesday, and I will be live streaming it at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and giving away free account takeovers to members of my Discord community. So come check it out. It's a lot of fun. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider joining our Discord community. Thanks so much for all your support. Now let's get back to your video. I'd like to quickly apologize for the late delivery of this video. Usually on Mondays, I like to have the no-fail weekly plan out there much earlier in the day. We've had a lot of friends and family stopping by this weekend and even today to be introduced to our little prince. And you know, babies are important, family's important. So I appreciate your patience, and hopefully we will be back on track next week. But the video is here. I'm going to make sure it's as good as I can possibly make it, so that you have the best chance to succeed with your week in raid. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to talk about the new event, obviously the Ogren summoning pool that is going on right now for the next 4 days and 10 hours. Just going to take a quick look at this pool, and I would say this pool is pretty solid. We do have the new Vizig the Noxious legendary here, who is a faction unity champion. So anytime you have an opportunity to pick up a faction unity champion, I think it's worth at least considering. Doesn't mean you have to force your way into this pool or spend money or anything like that. But if you have an opportunity to pick up some of the prism shards, we're going to talk about where you can get those in just a minute. Then you may want to do that. The other legendaries are fine. They're all decent, usable legendaries, but no one who is going to probably make or break your account. I will say that Blazar is a very nice champion to have for Fire Knight hard mode if you are struggling there. As far as the epics are concerned, there are several really good epics. Probably the pick of the bunch would be Ugo, who is absolutely fantastic for Hydra. He's got the block buffs, debuff there, the decreased defense. It's got the little mini cleanse and heal, the emergency revive. Another great champion is Skrank. If you don't have an AoE HP burner, this is the best epic for the job. AoE HP burn and Void Affinity, so no weak hits. Now we do have the Incarnate fusion going on. I know a lot of you have taken this opportunity to skip this fusion and are concentrating on optimizing your roster, building out other champions that you haven't had the time to focus on. So if you have skipped the Incarnate, good for you. That's great. I do think she's a solid champion. She's definitely a skippable champion for those of you who have decided to skip her. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I will just remind you to go out and get as many of the easy fragments you can for Slixless Stripe Hide, so you can turn them in. You can collect High Mother mod fragments. Remember, you need to trade in fragments in order to get mod fragments. And so if you're skipping this fusion, still take the opportunity to pick up whatever easy Slixless fragments you can, so you can get your High Mother mod more easily. For those of you who are not skipping the Incarnate, we're going to talk more about the things you want to focus on for this week in terms of completing fusion events. I had my no-fail fusion plan back a couple of days ago when the fusion launched. You can go and check that video as well. But we're going to talk more about it in this video, planning our week forward. Before we get to the fusion, I'm going to leave that to the end. So those of you who aren't interested in the fusion, you can kind of skip over that part. We're going to go ahead and go through our weekly timers, starting with the clan timers. The clan quests end today. We've got 9 hours left, so it's going to be less than that when you see this video. Now, I want to show you something that I've talked about in the past, but I'm going to actually show it on the video this time, which is that I often forget to pick up my weekly quests until like the middle of the week or even the end of the week. And so my clan has the rule that you can't pick up a second elite quest until after 48 hours has passed. So on the third day of the week, you can pick up a second elite clan quest if you're interested. So when I get to the end of the week, I'm often looking for elite quests that people have skipped over during the week that I might be able to finish. Now you can see here, I picked up 2 accessory or artifact upgrade quests, right? Upgrade 5, rank 5 or higher artifacts chest plates to 16 and then banners to 16 as well. Now, the reason that I did that this time is because there is actually an artifact enhancement event going on right now for the fusion. I am going for the fusion, but even if you're not, this is what I was talking about with picking up those extra fragments. You can come in here and then, spend your silver, upgrade some artifacts, maybe do a gear cleanse, pick up some champion fragments. The rewards here aren't phenomenal, but since I need to complete the elite quests anyway, and I have the opportunity to do that, and I do need these champion fragments, I can't skip this event if I'm going to complete the fusion, I've decided to kind of get a double dip going on there. So it is entirely up to you what you do with your clan quests, but I like to try to figure out double dips. I might look at dungeons if I was going to do a dungeon tournament. I might look at, there's a one finish in one of the top 3 positions in a tournament group. So if you're actually crushing a tournament right now, this is one that you can pick up. So when you get to the end of the week, it doesn't really matter. Even picking up basic quests can be really valuable, but you always want to do it in an intelligent way. Make sure you can complete them quickly, and that maybe you can double dip or triple dip with other things that are going on in game. Also, don't forget to grab whatever you need out of this clan shop before the reset. Here we have energy. We're not going to have energy next week. So if you want to get 1,000 energy here for your fusion, I would highly recommend it. And that's going to help you complete tournaments and Dungeon Divers events and so on. Looking at the arena, we have the arena reset last night. So as I've done in weeks past, I've come in here and already changed to my one-man defense, my 3v3 arena. That is the easiest way to farm gold bars. Unfortunately, I got demoted again. I've been trying to get promoted, but it happens. We have to remember to put in the full defense. I actually put the full defense in at the right time this week. I did remember that, but then I just didn't have the time to play the game and actually get promoted. I thought I was going to get promoted, but I must have gotten knocked down in the last few hours, and I didn't notice because I wasn't playing the game at all. So again, that's usually the best method here with 3v3. You can decide on the best method for you in Classic Arena, but again, since the reset just happened, go ahead and change your defenses. We did have a Cursed City reset just happened a couple of days ago, so we are into a new rotation. Like I normally do, I try to do my keys as soon as the server resets, or at least before I go to bed, because this takes a little bit of time, and it helps when I'm not under pressure. I am, in fact, trying to clear out, hard mode first, and then if I struggle or if I don't have time, I will drop down into normal mode, because you can clear the normal nodes much faster. And that way, if I am running low on time, then I do this. But I tend to try to do this right after the server reset, and that way I don't forget. Also, if you are doing the fusion and you need extra resources like energy, you can hunt out the energy nodes and try to get those. If you're, this close to completing a tournament, or you need a little bit more energy for champion training or something, there are nodes here. There are also nodes in normal mode that have energy. This one right here, which is the second node you can enter. So go ahead and hunt out that energy if you need it, or silver if you need that for artifact enhancement. It's not a ton of silver, but every little bit helps. Doom Tower has 8 days left. Again, there's an extra set of keys after server reset, but before the Doom Tower resets on the last day, which means you should still have about 90 keys available. I am getting to the point where I have cleared hard mode and I am almost done with normal mode. So you can see I've done my keys for today already. But yeah, I have a few more floors to go to clear out normal. Don't forget about your secret rooms. I have started to clear my secret rooms, at least the easy ones, because it's extra time. So I like to start doing that a week out. I highly recommend you start doing it now. Anything you've unlocked, if you're not doing your secret rooms as you go, make sure you don't lose out on them before the reset. A quick reminder about the Forge Pass as well. Try to remember to get this done every day. I think there's something like 4 extra days leeway or something like that built into the Forge Pass. I forget, I calculated once or twice, but I know there are a few extra days. I think it's 8 extra challenges total, which would be 4. I guess that's only 2 days. Maybe it's 16 challenges. But regardless, there's not a lot of leeway, so you really have to be consistently doing this every day. This is another thing I try to at least look at after the daily server reset, so that I know, if I'm going to be completing these naturally in the course of just playing for the day, or if I have to make some special adjustments. For instance, this one where it says win classic arena battles using at least one magic champion. I don't typically have a magic champion in my arena team. I also don't have a force champion in my arena team. So there's another one that requires a force champion. So I always try to make those changes early. That way I'm not under the gun at the end of the server, day and get stuck without getting my daily rewards. Okay, let's take a look at the Plarium Play calendar. As you can see, here we are on Monday the 10th. Again, a lot of you will probably be seeing this video in the morning, so it may be Tuesday the 11th when you see the video. So just check out where you are. Now, a couple of things. We know about those Prism Shards, and we typically get them from the same place. Sand Devil Turn Attack is really where you get those, and that is ongoing. So if you want to get some Prism Shards for that extra pull for the Summon Shard, what is it called? Summon Pool event, then go ahead and get into Sand Devil. Now, Sand Devil has been nerfed. The nerf is now live. So if you have a speed-tuned team, you may have to adjust it. Unfortunately, there are all sorts of new speed tunes that have been coming out. So look for that on YouTube or check it out with your clan. I'm sure somebody has some advice, or come to our Discord and ask about it. And you can make a few adjustments and clear out Sand Devil a lot faster. My team is still working. My speed tune team is still working. I have a Godseeker and Eerie duo with Drang, I guess, Walking Tomb Drang, but it's like 90 seconds faster than it was. So the stats have been reduced, and that makes farming this a little bit easier. So if you haven't done one of these in the past, you may be able to find a quick turn, a team that has a low turn count, and that may make this worthwhile, especially if you have skipped the fusion, because what else are you going to spend your energy on? Go ahead and get yourself some Prism Shards. Now, for those of you who are doing the fusion, you want to make sure that you don't let any of these tournaments or events expire. I skipped the first Summon Rush because I know there is this bonus Summon Rush here that has 50 fragments. Now, I've heard some rumors that this might be, yep, here it is. You can see get 100% more event points than usual when summoning from Ancient and Primal Shards in this event. And as a result, you may want to pull your Ancient or Primal Shards. I'm not going to be pulling Primal Shards. I think they're too rare. I want to hold them for 2 times Primal events like we just had. So I may use Ancient Shards here, but typically I do Summon Rushes with Sacred Shards, even though it's not a 2 times event. I would hold on to your Void Shards because there's a chance that on Friday we get a 2 times Void Shard event. Now, we already know that that is highly unpredictable. We thought it might have been last week. We just don't know what to expect from Plarium in regards to the 2 times event schedule anymore. So take that with a grain of salt. But I would definitely hold on to my Void Shards anyway. If you can hold on to Ancients, you might want to hold on to Ancients because there could be a 2 times Ancient Shard event. I still think Sacreds are the most efficient way to get this done, even for free-to-play players. So consider your strategy. That doesn't mean you have to pull Sacred Shards, but consider your strategy here for the Summon Rush if you're going to do it. Now, one last note. I did not point this out before, but the Dungeon Divers event, which is going on for the Fusion, also has some Prism Crystals available. So that should be something that hopefully everybody can get. So when that event pops tomorrow, make sure you check it out and then decide if you want to go for those Prism Shards. Now, I do just want to remind you about this Artifact Enhancement event that is about to end. So hopefully you have completed it or you are close to completing it before the timer runs out. But again, if you miss one of these events, that will mean that you need to get extra fragments for the Fusion from the Summon Rush that starts on Tuesday. So I have built that into my plan, but if you haven't and you've missed out on some fragments somehow, whether it's this Artifact Enhancement event or any others, remember you do have those bonus fragments that you can go after, but don't overextend yourself. Remember that you still have a champion chase coming in a couple of days. So if you don't have the shards, it may be time to call an end to this Fusion attempt. Just go ahead and get whatever fragments, again, that you can get for the Epic and then trade in for High Mother mod. So, again, this isn't a critical Fusion, so don't beat yourself up too much if that's the way it's worked out. But if you are committed to getting this champion, then you do have this opportunity for extra fragments if you need them. One last thing, as I mentioned, there is a new promo code available. I assume that it has to do with the content creator Ash, because the code is Ash has your back. Let's go ahead and see what it gets us. Nice, some energy, silver, and brews, all of which will help for this fusion. I'm going to go ahead and grab the silver and brews. So pop that in there. It should be available for every player. And thank you, Ash. Okay, that is it for me. Please let me know in the comments below if you have decided not to go for the fusion. What are you focusing on over the next 2 weeks? Are you going to be doing these Prism Shard events, or are you, I don't know, grinding Minotaur? What are you doing right now? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out. I have been Colred, and I will see you